Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with game number 2 between WhiteRa and HyuN, this time on the map Coral Compound. In the upper right hand spawn location, we've got our blue Zerg player and the winner of last game, TSL's HyuN. And in the lower left hand spawn position, the red Protoss player, WhiteRa. Now last game we saw WhiteRa attempt to open up with some carrier play, believe it or not. Really crazy stuff, and I guess there's a reason they're standard play, and I guess there's a reason a lot of games look the same. And you know, you see generally the same tactics with, obviously there are variations, but more or less you see the same few builds in every matchup from most players. That's because that's what works, and when you try something kind of wild and zany like we saw WhiteRa try, you run the risk of just getting worked over, and that's exactly what happened. HyuN was able to scout out carrier play, realize that WhiteRa was fairly undefended, and push out with his roaches and spielings to quickly overwhelm WhiteRa before his carriers could even do any damage. On top of that, HyuN had some excellent defense with massive queens plus spore crawlers at his third that actually almost killed one of the carriers and forced WhiteRa all the way back with that. So there you have it, guys. Quick little recap of game number 1. Here we are once more on game number 2. WhiteRa pulling into the main of HyuN, scouting out. Still nothing really going on. Looks like WhiteRa is actually going to be opening up here with some one base play, not going for a forge fast expand on this map, deciding not to do so. I would assume if we saw forge fast expand here, it'd kind of be in an angular position. I guess you could try to do that full wall off here, but that is a hefty space to try to get a full wall off on. So probably making it a little bit more difficult. You'd have to kind of go at an angle towards your nexus here, and then, you know, there's a whole bunch of space over in this position they'd have to worry about as well. Roaches kind of sneaking by, hitting the backside. So seems like quite a bit of a headache, although I'm sure it can be done. Either way, WhiteRa not doing it this game. Opening up with a 2-gate WhiteRa. Oh, you're making me facepalm here. What is going on? What? WhiteRa for the second game in a row, trying something a little bit off kilter here. Problem for him, though, is here comes HyuN's Overlord Scout, and he is going to be knowing about this 2-gate opening. So here we go. There's a Cybernex core getting placed down as well. There are both gateways now scouted out here by Mr. HyuN. And what is WhiteRa going to do with this? That's kind of the question right now. I'm interested to see what he plans. We've got no Zealots in production right now at the moment, but he does have these 2 gateways. I think, is this going to be a double Stalker opening here from WhiteRa? Stalker heavy. Utilizing these 2 gateways to pump that out as soon as this finishes. I think that's what we're going to be seeing here from him. Let's keep an eye on it though, huh? And we got a few Zerglings moving across the map. The pylon that was placed down here by WhiteRa has finally been killed, allowing HyuN to drop his expansion. He is now gathering up that Vespian, preparing to get that metabolic boost. Here comes the double Stalkers. Double Stalker opening here from WhiteRa. I am just, you know, last time I saw this, I see this in PvP, but I cannot honestly tell you that I've never commentated a game where I've seen a double Stalker opening in a PvZ matchup from the Protoss player. That has not happened. I can honestly say that. I've seen this before, but this is just crazy because I've never done a commentary for it, so I don't know what to tell you. Double Stalker opening. Now, he was able to kill off the Overlord, so that's a slight victory for him. The concern, of course, though, is that if we see HyuN go a mass speedling here, that's going to pretty easily overwhelm the Stalkers. We got 2 more Stalkers in production right now as well. Zerglings sneaking by. There is no full wall off, so these Zerglings are now in the main, and these Zerglings are going to start to do some damage. Very serious. WhiteRa forced off the line. We do have him moving out with these Stalkers. We've got a couple Queens plus a Spine Crawler right there. This hatchery is complete. Zergling's going to do what they can for damage. However, now with those 2 additional Stalkers out, that is going to force the Lings back here. These Stalkers really not doing too much. Going to get surrounded by the Lings, and they are gone. See you later. So WhiteRa's early Stalker pressure gets taken out pretty easily. And we've got a hefty mass of Spielings in play right now. 17 to be exact. This pylon's in danger at the moment. We've got a Zealot coming through. Warp Gate research is a bit delayed. WhiteRa placing down another pylon as well. This is a huge mass. Metabolic boost is now finished. And so, yeah, he's going to make sure he's got that wall off complete. Otherwise, this could be an issue. Speedlings. Oh, they sneak by into the main. Get us around here on this Stalker. Get us around on that Stalker. That is the end of it. We get a Zealot in play. However, he's getting worked down. Probes come down to engage as well, but he's going to be taking some hefty losses. 11 workers killed so far. More Speedlings alive. The Zealot's gone. WhiteRa, good game, well played, and that's the series. Wow. For the second game in a row, we see WhiteRa going with a non-standard build, and HyuN makes him pay for it. That's going to do it for the series, guys. Pretty quick games, but interesting nonetheless. You know, it's nice to see innovative gameplay from WhiteRa, but obviously it is quite clear here that did not pay off for him at all. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you like the content, please subscribe. Also check out the website, forstrategygaming.com. Thanks again, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.